to talk about the Moorland Church, I guess the main thing that I think about is my mother's devotion to Mary, and Moorland was called Our Lady of Good Counsel, so that fit really well. And you think about Moorland, you think about small town nice, because after I was born, my mom hemorrhaged, and everyone in Moorland knew it. So they all gathered at the church and prayed for her. And the priest came in and was giving Mom her last rites, and she looked at the clock, and I think it was 3 o'clock, I'm not positive. But she kept thinking, I hope Bernard meets someone that's going to take care of my 11 children. And that's the only thought going through her head, and then she received last rites, and she just knew she was going to be okay. And later she talked to the people of Moorland, and they gathered right at that time that she looked at the clock. Yeah. So that's pretty powerful stuff. And you know, it was so old, you go in there, and you look at the windows, and like, I'm related to every name on every window, you know, and they all are. I mean, it's, you know. Anyway, if a pew was empty, you knew to ask about that person or go check on them, because, you know, that's just how we were, I guess. Father K was there forever, the rock, and of course he yelled a lot, but he got your attention. I remember CCD in the basement of the church and in the rectory and in a garage across the street for a while when something was being worked on. Father Murray was there forever. He used to come over to our house after midnight mass, and that was another thing, you always had priests over. You know, it was just commonplace, and I feel like we've gotten away from that. We need to get back to some of the small town things that, you know, used to happen. Joe Cronin, every winter he dressed up like Santa and passed out candy canes, and it was just the thrill, you know, you just loved being there for that. Also at Christmas in Moorland we had like a procession where I think it was 3rd grade, maybe 1st grade, I don't know. We carried up the animals to put in the stable. And some lucky person got to carry Jesus. I think I had a sheep. But anyway, someone got to carry Jesus. And it was a big deal. You know, you placed it up there and then we sang, I think we gathered and sang Silent Night to the rest of the congregation. And at First Communion and at graduations, they made it a huge deal and had special tables that were all decorated up for you and your family. And my brothers and sisters were talking about some Blue Mound suppers where the whole family was involved. But I was too young, so I don't actually remember that one. Let's see. Oh, Ron and Shirley Webb forever have taken care of the Moorland Church. And anything you needed, you called them and they would be there to help you, figuring out the air conditioning or the microphones or, you know, anything like that. And then I guess I just remember all of us getting all of our sacraments there. Mom and Dad were married there. Well, not all the children, because we were in Pennsylvania for a brief period, but most of us were baptized there, and then Mom and Dad both had their funerals there. A lot of my siblings had their weddings there. It's just a tiny little community with a whole bunch packed in there. Mm-hmm. And I've probably forgotten things, but I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And what makes you excited about the idea of Holy Trinity Church coming into our lives?
I hope that we can take that small town community and put it in the new church, you know, and develop the relationships and get the closeness. And you know, if someone is missing at a particular mass, you have their back, you look after them, you know, you check on them and see how things are going, and all for the glory of God. So I guess if we can add that element to the new church, that would be fabulous.